That's a stretch. Street smart, strong black woman.
I think you're talking about Jasmine Crockett, and intelligent and street smart is also a stretch as well. But you got the wrong one. I think you got Jasmine Crockett confused with AOC. AOC is a Hispanic girl from so-called the Bronx, but as we see now, she's actually from Yorktown or Yorkshire or whatever.
It's like
a very prominent neighborhood. It looks nice too.
But she lived the struggle. She was on that Section 8. She knows what it's like. Blah 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 blah.
Like, bro, ever since she said she was from the Bronx, I would always call that into doubt because I was just looking at her. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, you don't look like a Bronx. You don't look like a Bronx girl.
Well, they say she says it fucking every 5 minutes. It's like when someone does that, when someone perpetrates, what they claim is their truth over and over again, it's usually a lie.
Like, bro, like the dog. Like, my dad is from New York. So like when I go out there and here's the thing, I got cousins that mess with Bronx women and all. Actually, they mess with nothing but Hispanic women. And when I go out there and I see those Bronx girls, I'm just like, yeah, AOC, I don't know about that. I don't think you know Bronx girl. I mean, like, here's the thing, these Bronx girls damn near be like, they low-key dress like black women, to be quite honest with you. And AOC, she kind of got that clean, preppy look, the face and all that good stuff. It's like she don't look like she ain't never had a sugar daddy in her life. So I'm gonna be real with you. She didn't have that Bronx girl look to me. I'm gonna be real. And you're going, told to pop out there with hella makeup and eyelashes. Yeah, actually, yes, she was.
Yeah. To Lincoln. Crockett has a law degree. How does she lack intelligence? Well, JD Vance has a law degree, and you leftists claim he lacks intelligence and he's weird. So what's good for the goose is good for the
has a degree from Harvard, I believe, also in
no.
law.
I don't know if Hegseth does. I know JD Vance has a degree from Harvard. He was a corporal in the Marine Corps. He has a degree from Harvard, and I believe Yale. I might be misspeaking. Like, he has 2 degrees, but everybody seems to get on board with bashing him. So which way is it? Are we gonna take a law degree as a sign of intelligence, or are we gonna take how they speak as a sign of intelligence? And she does not speak like an intelligent person. Oh, you got to run that by me, Donald Trump, before you bomb Iran. Like, shut the fuck up.
Okay. On correction on Pete Hegseth, yeah, he did. Bro went to Princeton University and Harvard, but he earned a master's in public policy from Harvard.
Yeah,
but he's stupid though, right, guys?
Right, yeah, he's just some drunk stupid head Fox News contributor. Like, no, the man is, you know what?
And low-key intelligent, like a Bachelor of Arts degree from Princeton University in 03, and a master's of public policy from Harvard University. I mean, like, come on, guys.
And who has bashed him for intelligence? All of the liberal media. Go look at all the freaking memes that are being made over and over again. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you can't take it, don't dish it out.
And Lincoln, tell your buddies, Lincoln, you know they be doubting this man's intelligence. They've doubted
all the time.
Bro, they've called this the most incompetent cabinet in history, in the presidential history, guys. But we got Harvard graduates, Yale graduates, like all over the place. But this is the most incompetent. These are the most uneducated. Or as you guys like to say, Trump loves the uneducated, which means that all 77 million of us who voted for Trump must be uneducated, right?
I have an associate's. I don't have no fancy law degree. But I'm also a paramedic. That's not for the faint of heart. So I guess.
I ain't gonna lie, Monty. What you be dealing with, bro? People be fainting doing what you're doing.
You can't even look at blood.
In AOC's hometown. Today we're going to investigate the biggest lie in all of politics, the fraud of AOC. Let's go.
This is the Bronx. The Bronx is a gritty, working-class, hardscrabble, historic borough of New York City. AOC is a communist who represents the Bronx in Congress. She's not just a rising star in the Democrat Party, she is the Democrat Party. Clearly preparing for a 2028 run, AOC is breaking fundraising records and filling stadiums to hype her Bronx girl persona.
I'm a girl from the Bronx.
AOC won her seat in Congress in 2018 by attacking her establishment Democrat opponent as not being sufficiently from the Bronx.
That a Democrat who takes corporate money, doesn't live here, doesn't send his kids to our schools, doesn't drink our water, can...
You weren't sent to their schools. You weren't drinking that water. I mean,
Oof.
what? You was in a white neighborhood, a rich
Yeah.
white neighborhood. What? And that's nothing wrong with that. But we just want you to be real. Just be real with us. So I come
She's
from a
some,
rich white neighborhood. I got a nice education, so I believe I can solve your problems.
and that's the thing. She that's what liberals do. They placate and they're like, I'm just like you, and that gets them votes. I guarantee you there's people out there, they're like, oh, she's just like me. Maybe she represents what I believe in. I'm gonna vote for her.
I
And that
mean,
she's lying. That
bro, look
should
what they
that should
told
be a
Obama.
crime.
Bro, they told Obama, oh, single mother, he's just like your common black man. I'm like, bro, your common black man can't go to a high school $30K a year in Hawaii. I'm sorry, but we can't do that. Your
No,
common
he's
black man doesn't have a stepdad oil tycoon. Okay.
Jesus Christ. And people want to talk about MAGA being a cult. Obama was had the biggest cult following. The man got a Nobel Peace Prize just for existing.
Yep, literally. Just for being the first black president. That was it, really.
I don't want to bash on Obama too much because I believe, you know, there is a group of people that thought that he was going to do great things, and I'm glad that an African American man was able to become president. But that like, you want to talk about a cult following? That's a cult following. You're following him, and you don't even know what he believes in.
I'm weak though. Lincoln funny though. He's like, how long did you have to be there though to count? I mean, to be honest, dog, if you're gonna talk like you're part of the people, then yeah, you should have been there since high school. Let's say
You
this: if I'm running for mayor of Columbus or district in Columbus, wouldn't it be cool? Like, yo, I went to school here. I've lived here most of my life. I've went to college in the area. All this good stuff. I know this area. I know it like the back of my hand. And the people know me. That's what she fed to the people. She fed
that's
that lie
like
to the people. You
that's
can't
like
sit there
me.
and feed that lie and be like, well, does it really matter how long she's there? Yes, it does. It does
It's a
actually.
lie. Yeah, now you're splitting hairs because you're being called out. That's what they do. They pivot their argument. So, oh, it's really not that big of a deal. But 3 weeks ago, you were just touting that she's from the Bronx. You weren't, but she was.
Man, shout out
She's
Niecy
not
coming in
from the
again.
Bronx.
She said,
Am
how
I?
would this impact my bad, bro? But how would this impact small investors? I think she's talking about the crypto bill. The crypto bill, I believe, is an opportunity for small investors because crypto is opening up as a new asset class. So since it's new, not as new as you'd hope it would be, but because I think it was like new back in 2010, but that as an asset class, it is something new. So this is best
Asset
for
class.
small.
That means you can take. I believe that means it extends that you can take losses on it. So if you lose money on it, you can deduct it from your taxes. I believe.
Yeah, so
I may be wrong.
no, you can. You can take crypto losses as deduction on taxes. I mean, they sent me a form. I know. I was like, I mean, hey, good looks.
Did you take crypto losses, Set?
Bruh, I sure did. Gee, I definitely took crypto losses before. I think I took like $1,000 loss. It was tough.
Yeah, I'm not very good at crypto. I can day trade all day, make killings, but
No.
somehow I cannot day trade crypto.
Nah, but this was when I was getting into NFTs, and the
Uh,
NFT lost tremendous value. Wasn't able to sell it in time. Still got it to this day. But yeah, I definitely took an L on the NFT run. It happens.
Not possibly represent us.
AOC reflexively repeats that she's from the Bronx and a Bronx girl.
I speak like a girl from the block.
No, you don't.
no, you don't.
No, you don't. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you and here's the thing though. Only guys who've never really been to the hood or any hood in the world would actually believe this. But like I said, when AOC first said this, I was like, I don't know about that, but I can't prove it. So I'm gonna hear you out. But then I'm just like, all right, now that it's been exposed, it makes sense. It's like, sweetheart, you don't have that Bronx girl like accent. You don't.
No.
Like maybe I need to bring up a real Bronx girl in here for y'all to know. Cause I know a few, but yeah, dog, this is not how a Bronx girl sound. If you actually heard a real Bronx girl, you would be like, yeah, AOC, you capping. If you see how they dress, how they carry themselves, you look at AOC like, yeah, sis, you capping.
You have a silver spoon in your mouth. And none of this, like you said, none of this is an issue for the average person. If you're not playing identity politics, it doesn't matter to me where you're from.
Bro, Cardi B, Bronx girl. When you think of Bronx girl, think of Cardi B.
Yes, yes.
That's the perfect example of a Bronx girl is literally Cardi B. You may not, and even the Bronx women will sit there and say the perfect example of a Bronx woman is Cardi B.
Drawing out your words. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny how like she doesn't resemble, and I'm not saying that she needs to resemble Cardi B in every way, shape, and form, but at least in like the accent or the way they talk, it should resemble something.
And again,
I grew up first generation in the Bronx.
And again,
Girls from the Bronx are welcome everywhere.
so often that it's almost a pathology. In fact, AOC just pulled the Bronx
She's a
girl card
pathological
again
liar.
this week, responding to President Trump, saying she would eat a Queens boy like Donald Trump for breakfast.
I don't think he knows how to deal with a girl from the Bronx.
Something's very wrong here. What functional adult repeats where they're from this often? Someone who's lying. And here's the dirty little secret. AOC is not actually from the Bronx. Since AOC was an infant, her family has lived in a beautiful little hamlet called Yorktown Heights. This little town is the opposite of AOC.
Bro, it's the prestigious music in the background.
I love it. Yeah. Yeah, there's a little bit. You gotta watch out for the spin on the conservative side too, because they're painting a narrative. Don't be fooled.
Hamlet,
but it's a good narrative. It's true.
Heights. This little town is the opposite of AOC's gritty, downtrodden, working class persona. It's clean and beautiful and safe. The neighborhood that AOC grew up in is well off, leafy and manicured. AOC went to elementary, middle, and high school here. She graduated from Yorktown High, where she went by the name Sandy Cortez. And then she graduated Boston University.
She even got a white girl name.
With an economics degree. Since AOC...
Hold on. Let's get the background on that. I mean,
Sandy Cortez. She's got a white girl name until she goes into Congress. Oh my God.
Wow. Sandy Cortez. I mean, bro, here's the thing. She kind of looks Indian in this image right here.
Here. She graduated from Yorktown High, where she went by the name Sandy Cortez. And then she graduated Boston University with an economics degree. Since AOC is about to run for president, we thought it would be important to investigate the town that gave America its most famous communist.
This is not the Bronx. As you can see here, this is the leafy, beautiful Parkway suburbs. Is that a golf course? Oh, it's gorgeous. What a pleasant and wonderful drive. I feel like I'm on a Pleasantville.
Oh, man.
Very much looking forward to finding out where AOC's from.
After a 90-minute drive from New York City, we finally got to Yorktown Heights. Check out this beautiful
I'm just gonna have to go
to the city.
People.
Trees lining the road, some mansions, beautifully manicured lawns, American flags. This looks like an awesome place to be from. Get out of
And shout out to Niecy Jones. She says, what's your take on the Iran-Gaza conflict? I think you mean Israel-Gaza conflict. And well, my take on it as of now still is that one, Bibi Netanyahu needs to be pulled back. The IDF needs to be investigated for war crimes. Honestly, there was war crimes already committed with bombing 34 hospitals. So my take on it right now is that one, they need to just get to a ceasefire, put Benjamin in one, get a whole new, one, stop ceasefire, two, get a whole new government. I mean, a whole new regime or whatever you want to call these guys, because Bibi got to go. And then three, finally work to that two-state solution, or finally get a leader in Israel that's willing to invoke a two-state solution instead of, just dragging us along or making plans to destroy that whole solution and go to war with other Arab countries. Like, yeah, we need a different type of leadership because Bibi, his main objective is getting into it with almost every Arab nation that doesn't submit to the U.S.
the car and you find something like this.
Welcome to the capitalist horrors of AOC's Yorktown Heights Patriot State Park. You can see here a Veterans Memorial Circle that's been beautifully tended and groomed with a lot of American flags and a lot of honor for our great nation. Really, just a terrifying place to grow up here. I hear that there are miles of luscious trails going through the forest here. Boy.
Shoot, I like hiking. I love to go there. I want to go to AOC's hometown. What about you guys?
You can understand why you'd become a communist growing up in a hood like this.
A hood like this.
Capitalist swine trying to sell me rhubarb at this beautiful Meadows farmer's market. That, you can smell it. They just want my money, my capitalist dollars. I'm not going to let them do it because I'm an angry Marxist, right? Now, this is what blackpills someone like AOC, right? The fresh pies, the fresh fruit and vegetables. You know, could you imagine growing up like this? Hell on earth. Have they ever tried to apologize to AOC? Look at that. No trash, no graffiti, yellow school buses. Disgusting. Okay, so safe, so clean.
Does her school have a name?
AOC
Like, is
grew
it
up
like
here.
PS whatever?
Now you can understand. Okay, you can understand where the
listen.
radicalization comes from. It's too nice. Look at that beautiful, that flagpole right there. Just makes your blood boil. Let's see what new horrors await us around the corner. This is where AOC got the idea for the Green New Deal. That's what we'd all be driving in if AOC got it. Do you understand? She grew up with the horse and buggy. That's what she wants us to go back to. Get it? You gotta think like her. So depressing. With my made from scratch cinnamon rolls, my ice cream. Thank you. What a terrible life. I hate capitalism. So angry.
I had the struggle.
This is hell.
Now, I have been seeing it. There are people defending these lies. So I ain't gonna lie, guys. If you really sit here and defend AOC for lying to you guys, I got something for you. All right, guys, there you go. All 5 packs of Kool-Aids. You finally achieved full cultism.
That's only 4 packs of Kool-Aid.
4?
That's only
Why
4.
not?
Yeah.
Why not? I'll give them the 4. Because you're right. They didn't call Donald Trump the Antichrist yet. You know, you're right. But there you guys go. 4 packs of Kool-Aid, cyanide included. You guys are truly drinking the Kool-Aid out the punch bowl, really. So, guys, I want to tell you something.
It's hard. It's hard to do a lot of research.
Bro, here's the thing. How come when these Dems lie to you, you guys just eat it up?
Man. But we're the ones in the cult.
This is what you guys are. You're a whole Kool-Aid pack for these guys. You're out here just making other people drink the Kool-Aid.
We will sit here and debate each other when we agree on 90% of the things and argue for days about things, but we're the ones in a cult. We're the ones that are sheeple. We're the ones that don't do any research. But y'all, the man's doing the research for you. You just have to sit on your couch potato ass and watch it, and it's not untrue, but you're going to defend it. When it gets called out, you defend it. You pivot because you're drinking the Kool-Aid.
I mean, that's the sad reality. Somebody said this makes you want to vote for her even more. I'm like, the fact that she lied to you about where she's at, the fact that she's a fraud makes you want to vote for her even more.
She's using it to gain credibility. She's doing the same thing Kamala did, where she's becoming a chameleon and telling you what you want to hear. It's the same reason I don't like Ron DeSantis. He becomes what you want, no matter whatever camera's on him. Like you don't want that. Those are the people you need to watch out for.
Exactly. You don't want. And Ron DeSantis, he may be a good governor, but like the way he moves as a governor, I mean, like I say, he kind of get blown in the wind.
Yeah.
And we don't need that as a president.
We must destroy America and capitalism.
I mean.
Oh, don't worry. There's a secret, adorable patio that we missed. A luscious green oasis hamlet back here that we happened to miss.
Is he just trespassing on people's shit?
Look how beautiful this is.
Is this someone's backyard?
Bro, let's be real. When you're in a rich neighborhood like that, I'm gonna be honest with you, and you're Benny, you could probably do that type of stuff. Like, oh, hey, you're
just walk through. That looked like someone's backyard. He just walked through.
It literally did. Like, hey, look, some hidden type of patio oasis. I'm like, dang, bro, whoa, you just walking in somebody's backyard.
It's hidden for a reason, Ben. Get out of there. Those are white people. They have guns.
I mean, no, for real. No, maybe because he's white, they're gonna take a second guess.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he's got the camera following him around. He's got that privilege. I forgot.
I'm telling you.
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing? We got subscribers in AOC's hometown. Look at this.
Hey, yo.
Look at this beautiful park. Got American flags here. What a patriotic, beautiful town. We got Revolutionary War battles that were fought here. You can see up here, freaking straight out of the Patriot. They even got the axe. And the American flags are sponsored by veterans. What a beautiful place.
So pro-American.
He needs to go to the Bronx now.
This is like a paradise. This is an American hamlet. And it's worth noting that AOC didn't just live here as like a little kid or whatever. She was here before she could talk or walk. She was here as an infant. She moved here. And then went to high school here. She graduated and went to Boston University, very prestigious university. Then she decided that she was going to sign up for Communist Central Casting. Makes you wonder.
Not for real.
Yorktown Police. Nice, look at that. Not defunded there. You ever seen a Starbucks like this? This is beautiful. Amazing thing just happened. Firefighter comes up to us and says, I know AOC. I knew her from high school. And she was mean. She was like a bully. Of course she's from here. She was raised here. Everybody knew her. Everybody knows her.
Oh, wow.
And he doesn't know what the hell happened to her. He said she was like hanging out in his house all the time. What happened? What happened? Who hurt you? AOC, who hurt you? Maybe he was her boyfriend. Welcome to the beautiful Yorktown stage, where AOC learned to be a theater kid. Came in handy later in life, having to sell you a life of oppression, right? They got Jekyll and Hyde coming out in September.
So she's a theater kid.
Trump never called our soldiers suckers and losers. That's been disproven. So
yes, by so many times. Like the whole suckers and losers things was a complete scam. Really, well, and what I mean by a scam is that how many people just sold into it. Because like literally, even
he didn't say it. That's what's false about it. He did not say it. It's objectively false. And the sheeple that you want to call us, you're just projecting because you bought it with no proof that he said it, other than someone that you trust saying so.
Tough.
Based on AOC.
I mean, like, show us the clip. I mean, here's the thing. Like, when people tell you what Trump says, why don't you ask them for the clip? Like, yo, just show me the full clip, the full interview, not the clip. Give me the full interview he said that in. So I got full context.
He didn't. There's no proof of it.
Nothing says true oppression like growing up next to a massive pickleball court at scale. Okay? Got to shut this place down. Rumor has it this is where AOC really found herself. She got in touch with her roots.
Yo.
So if we're gonna go on a war of who said what, then you need the proof that he did. You cannot disprove something that did not happen. So it's disproven because there is no proof that it happened, and it's a lie.
And it's almost like the good people on both sides. All right, cool. When did he say it? Under what interview? Maybe what interview did he say it in? What press briefing did he say it in? Go look it up and see for yourself.
There's a video. There's a video of it. There's not even a video of him saying that in any context. It's been disproven. It does not exist. But you try
There's not
so
even a
hard.
bad clip. Hold on, Mons. You tell me there's not even a bad clip like the there's good people on both sides thing.
No, it does not exist. He never said those words. Period.
No.
It's completely made.
They got it from a video. So you tell me
no, they got it. They got it from someone's book. I believe. I forgot who it was, but someone put in their book that they heard Trump say that, and they have just run with it. I guarantee you, you ask the people that are quoting this right now, they don't even know where it came from. They just heard CNN say it over and over again. Suckers and losers was never quoted, is not a quote from Trump. It was never said by Trump. There is no proof that it was said by Trump. Thus, it's disproven.
Well, shoot, let me.
The Mexican tequila bar in this beautiful, clean, happy, safe town.
After a very pleasant afternoon in Yorktown Heights, we realized we must be missing something. Time to head over to AOC's childhood home.
This is AOC's hood.
Just like the draft dodging thing.
You might get a...
All right, so the only thing I was able to find it was New York Times on it. Seems like this needs context. The quote, losers and suckers, originated from an article published in The Atlantic, the same Atlantic that told multiple lies against Trump, in 2020 about former President Donald J. Trump's relationship to the military. He continues to dispute the reports. The article relied on anonymous sources, but many of the accounts have been corroborated by news outlets, including the New York Times and by John F. Kelly. Wow, that guy.
So hold on. Yeah. Because CNN said so, that means it's true? Because it's corroborated by a news agency, which means the news agency said, oh yeah, he said this because I read so. What? You can't corroborate your own lie.
I mean, it is a bit wild because, like, here's the thing. You're right, there is no video. It's just somebody saying that he said it.
Yes. And he did not, there's no proof that he said it. Therefore, you get the presumption of innocence in this country unless you can prove me wrong. Not
And
by
here's
saying, oh, someone said he said it. That's hearsay. Show me the proof that he said it.
here's
He
the worst thing.
didn't.
They're saying that, and they probably don't even know which war or which or veterans he was or they claim that he was disrespecting, because it was World War I. Cemetery. He refused to go. He was standing with his 4-star general, and he told me, he said, I don't want to go in there because they're really a bunch of losers and suckers.
Lies.
And that was said
Lies.
by his 4-star. And he said he was standing with the 4-star general. And here's the thing: the 4-star general could have took that out of context. There could have been a whole bunch of media in there, or guys Trump really don't like, and General Kelly could have been like, all right, let me run with this. So, like I said, it's from some guy who don't like Trump who said he said it.
And he
No
wrote a
video
book
proof,
and he
no
made
nothing.
money off of it. But
Yes,
he
he
did
did,
not
actually.
say it. He did not say it. So you're gonna believe Kelly because it fits your narrative with no proof. That's like Jesse Smollett.
I mean, come on, everybody was thirsty to believe that one.
Yeah.
And then when it got proven wrong, it was a little bit hard for them to let go.
Untrimmed hedge here and there. A lawn gnome might jump out at you. This is AOC's street that she grew up on.
In fact, AOC's childhood home is appraised at close to $500,000 right now. And across the street, a Trump yard sign.
Also set.
Yeah, what's up?
If he truly thought everybody in the military was suckers and losers, why did he fight so hard to give the recognition to the pilots that just flew that mission in Iran?
I mean, why did he give? I mean, he didn't cut nothing from the military. If anything, the military has been championing Trump, and Trump's been championing the military. So it is kind of strange how you guys are trying to draw that. I mean, y'all trying to play that out with the whole suckers and losers things when, well, his actions of today paints the complete opposite.
But no, you can just listen to someone on the internet, and that's going to be your basis for everything. You are the sheep. You blindly believe anything that's told to you. You're in the cult.
Like, here's the thing: when somebody first told me about the suckers and losers things, I just immediately didn't believe it. I'm like, y'all said so much things about this man that I end up proving that was untrue. Like, I can't just sit here and hear y'all say, oh, well, he called veterans suckers and losers. I'm like, all right, then, keep lying. But okay. But here's the thing, though. I see why they say that, because it's something that you can't prove or disprove. Because remember, we're talking about the 4-star general saying that, oh, he said it, and Trump saying I didn't say it. It's hearsay. He said,
It's
she
hearsay.
said.
There's no proof of him saying it. So stop propagating that lie. You're being dishonest.
Here's the thing, though. They're also doing the same thing with the Kilmar Garcia thing, because
the man from Maryland.
Yeah, but here's the thing, because like when I was looking it up, and I did get 2 answers on this, because when I looked it up, even on asked 2 different questions, but the same question basically, and Google gave me 2 different answers. They said yes, he was deported under the Alien Enemies Act, and no, he wasn't deported under the Alien Enemies Act. When I asked ChatGPT explained it like it's kind of like a yes and no, because when they rounded him up, it was under the Alien Enemies Act roundup. But then when they looked further into his case, his individual case, they took him out of the Aliens Enemies Act roundup. So it was a yes and no at the same time.
I'm about to lose my oh my God. So to Lincoln, who just said that doesn't mean it's disproven because, and you trust Trump because he says he doesn't say it. We are in the same boat, brother. No, we're not in the same boat, because you have a presumption of innocence until someone can prove something. That's the fundamental in law and the court of public opinion. Unless you are just drinking the Kool-Aid, if I go out and I say Lincoln murdered 5 people and I have no proof, I am defaming Lincoln, because there's no proof that you did or didn't do it. I'm not going to tell you under, yeah, you cannot disprove something that did not happen. It's impossible to do it, except for in the case of something like Jesse Smollett, when he said, I was walking down this street at this time, and you see the video cameras, and there's no evidence of it. That you can disprove it that way. But just saying, oh yeah, he said this behind closed doors, you're just gonna blindly believe the guy, and you call us sheep.
I mean, I mean, look, they're willing to believe anything. They'll believe blindly anything that's bad against Trump.
Yeah,
That's what I've learned with these guys.
24. Really? The AOC's house.
We were even able to speak with some of AOC's neighbors that remember her all the way back to when she moved into the house.
Oh, wow.
As a little girl. Boy, did we hear some stories. What an incredible place to be from. And while we were filming our outro for this video, a man honked his horn and jumped out of his car wearing a MAGA hat. And guess what? He's a subscriber and he knows AOC. It's beautiful here.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful here. And AOC obviously was a resident and went to the high school that I went to as well. So
For a long time. She was here for for close to 20 years.
yes, absolutely. Everyone knows that in this town.
People around here like Trump?
Absolutely, they do. A lot of people are quiet about it because they're afraid to lose friends. But I'm not afraid to lose friends for what's right. Absolutely.
What's your message to President Trump?
Oh, we love you. Just keep going. Finish the job. Go for the Federal Reserve, baby. Come on.
Nah, for real.
Maybe you can explain this.
Nah, go for the gold, man. Like, take out the Federal Reserve. We be in a good standing, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Trump dismantled the Federal Reserve. Party in the streets, goddammit. Party in the streets.
Seems we've been here for 2 hours. We've been walking around. It's a beautiful.
No, that would be a real liberation day. That's a real liberation day right there.
It's patriotic. There's like American flags on every street. How could you become such a dirty communist growing up here?
If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, maybe it's a duck.
How's it possible?
I don't know. I don't think it is. I think it's fake. I think the mainstream media paints a different story than what if you interview anyone who's on the street, I don't think those values are present at all.
Yeah. There's not a lot of communists here.
No, absolutely not. It's fake. Yeah. Fake news. He's been saying it since 17, man. That's it.
Oof.
Identity politics is the foundation of left-wing coded ideology. Demanding that the world accept your identity is paramount. So why is AOC ashamed of her identity, of where she came from?
And we asked, what does it mean to be two working class women showing up to the Met?
She never talks about Yorktown Heights, and I can't figure it out. Be true to yourself. Come out of the closet and embrace your white, leafy, suburban roots. Set an example for all these little kids.
I always say this is where the Dems lost me. Every time there will always be the Dems that try to speak up for the lower class people, but they have no idea about our struggles because they grew up just like the Republicans that they shame. It's actually pretty damn funny. But
here we go. Here we go. Lincoln, it's a he said, she said situation. What are you not getting by this? Yeah, you don't believe he said, she said situations without proof when you're going to label somebody and defame them. That's called defamation of character. That's actually against the law. You don't believe he said, she said shit. That is misrepresentation. That is lying in journalism. That is against the law. You cannot do that. That's the point. You're right. It is a he said, she said. So when it's a he said, she said, and you can't produce proof, you err on the side of whatever the defamatory remark is not true.
And all right, guys, now let's get into a bit of a it's gonna get a little bit controversial, guys. But all right, the Bible's brainwashed Christians to worship Israel. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. And shout out to our
well, that escalated quickly.
I know, right? Hey, sometimes we gotta touch on the light topics and then go straight to the extreme. Let's go.
Are American Christians supporting Israel because of politics or because they think God will curse them if they don't? Because that's what millions of people believe, literally. So today we're going to dig into one of the most powerful forces in American politics that barely anybody understands.